Hey howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the art villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. Coming to you today with Record Day and a couple of stories and fully articulated but headless Tim, who's ready for Halloween because that's what it is today, Halloween. And he's wanted to dress up as a psycho killer. So he's got a hockey mask on, which is really hard to see because, well, for one, he doesn't have a head. And two, I don't know what two is. It's a severed hand. He's holding a severed hand. Right there, it's just horrible. It's just scary and horrible. There you go. Fine job, Headless Tim. Your Halloween costume for this year. Okay, let's go on to the story. What's that? We'll get to that. Okay, my friend Mark. I can say his name because nobody has any idea who watches this video, except for one person who I may send a link to, may know, and then he can spread rumors on the internet about Mark. Not me, Manic Mark, but the other Manic Mark. He's kind of manic, not like me. I cut that part out because I was going on about something that I wasn't sticking to a topic. Okay, now the story is that they brought in scaffolding, and we had to put walkboards over the train layout, and he came up with this idea to make these fake well, they're real mantles, but it's a fake chimney and real mantles, and Santa Claus goes up there and a Christmas tree, and it's all over the delicate train set. And he was moving the mantle. I don't know why he didn't move the mantle that he cleaned up, but no, he's moving the mantle that I painted, finely painted with artistic fine line and then he steps off into space. He's like, I'm moving this, and I've been up here 1,000 times. And that's the problem when you do something like that, is you get used to wherever, and then you forget, and then suddenly your foot's like in the middle of midair, and he's like, ah! So he falls down, he crashes into the train set. No, just a little bit. It's amazing that it just didn't, it was the whole, anyway, I'm going to put a picture up of an arm. There's an arm right there. That's horrible looking. But that's not his arm. That's just a picture of an arm I found on eBay, along with this picture of this guy holding up a dead beaver. Okay, a picture of a guy holding up a dead beaver. That's not his arm, but his arm is probably black and blue and swell up a little bit. But anyway. Oh, the other story is that I promised a photograph of the thing I built, and here it is. That's the fake front. It's like about 3 inches thick, all the whole, and I made it to cover up the boring-looking facility carpeted temporary walls. So it's like you're waiting outside to get in to see Santa Claus. It's part of the whole Santa Claus stage thing going on. Where was I? Oh, it's back to my friend Mark. So he says, hey, I bought a bag of corn chips, and they were opened, and it's like, hey honey, what's this under this towel? And see, I'm going from memory, and that's not a good thing. and he picks up the towel, and there's this big lumpy thing. What is it? It came out of the bag of corn chips. It came out of the bag of corn chips. It looks like a corn chip turd. So to extend the story, quickly gloss over what I just said. To extend the story, I come home today and I'm getting ready to make the video, and I can't find the corn chip turd anywhere. It's just because when he gave it to me, he's like, I'm just going to lend this to you in case his better half asks for it back. Like, you got to be kidding, really? That could happen? But that's not for me to decide. No, so I got to take this back and give this back to him. You know, he may like dip it in epoxy or something and mount it on a gold and silver, put it in a case, a china cabinet at home. I don't know. Anyway, I got to get back to him. All right. I just completely lost my train of thought. So that's the end of that story. All right. Should we go to the records? Why not? There's quite a stack today, considering I only hit half-price books. But I had some records come in from outside sources this week, so we'll get right to them. Okay, why not? Have no idea. Whitmore in Love is immortal music from the movies. It's movie themes And it's like that's probably be orchestrated like yawners. But there's a choral. There's a full choral plus choral and instrumental groups, whatever that is. There's a whole blend of stuff going on in here that I have no idea. So I picked it up just to see. All right, Jeannie Black. Don't know who she is, but that's a nice cover. Very nice cover. Apparently, He'll Have to Stay in Lisa was one of her 2 fabulous hits. All right. She looks pretty good there, but on the back she's like looking like just a pretty normal person. Arranged and conducted by Billy Leiber. Okay, Jeannie Black. Don't know anything about her. The Colleagues. It's a lounge record of sorts, I think. Private Press. The Colleagues. Now the strange thing is, I believe I have at least 1 or 2 of their albums. This came from Half Price Books. Okay. There's a cover of More Today Than Yesterday and Snowbird. Okay, let's go on. Haven't found any budget Hawaiian albums in forever. I used to find them all the time. Here's one by the Johnny Lay Orchestra, which is probably just a made-up name. I have no idea. Red Sails at Sunset, that's the name of a song on the inside, Sounds of Hawaii. Anyway, it's a nice cover, so I picked it up. Hawaii Calling is not Hawaii Calls. It's something other than that. So on Crown, the Polynesians. So I'm sure I got this one too and ended up with another jacket on it anyway. But that's a fine jacket. Hello Hawaii on Envoy, another budget Hawaiian album, which I'm almost positive I have, but I picked it up just in case because it's such a fine looking cover. The Brass Ring, it's a double record. Brass Ring, which I don't have, featuring 20 golden hits of the 60s. The Shadow of Your Smiles, Love Theme from the Flight of the Phoenix, Mrs. Robinson, Monday, Monday, Money, Money, Monday, Money. That'll be interesting. 2 record set, Brass Rings. It's the 4 brothers doing Lennon and McCartney. Yes, it's the Beatles songbook done by the 4 brothers, including Norwegian Wood, I Follow the Sun, Michelle, Yesterday, and Nowhere Man. I think I may have to pause and feature something from that album.
He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, oh nowhere please man. Listen, you don't know, oh you what don't you're missing. Nowhere man, oh nowhere man. The world is at your command. He's as blind as he can be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man, can you see me at all? He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for.
It's Herb Albert with a kind of a funky looking now 60s type cover, and if his head's not big enough on the front cover, there it is on the back cover. It's a giant head. His head's almost square. It fills up the entire back cover. Anyway, I don't have that out here, so I picked it up. Capone! It's Hollywood by the Paul Weston Orchestra, another nice cover on their album. Totally Sealed, local album by the gospel group The Regents. There they are. That reminds me, the phone ringing. At this time of year, you get a lot of automated calls from politicians seeking to sway my vote, to get me to vote for them, their causes themselves. Anyway, so, but that's not the point. I just delete those messages. The thing of it is this year the trend is extremely large postcards sent out by politicians. Each politician is trying to print a postcard promoting their whatever they are, bigger than the politician before them. I mean, literally the postcards are like 12 by 20 inches. I mean, they're just gigantic. I should have saved some, but I always throw them in the trash before I walk in the door to the bunker. Okay, stop with that. Go into this. The Regents. There they are. It's the Regents again. There they are in the back. The Regents local. The Jazz Soul of Dr. Kildare by Harry Betts. Alright, I bet that's cool. I don't know. Might have to feature something from that, but there's so many fine records to choose from today. Moods and Music. It's Eddie Green and Stephen Isles. That's a fine cover. It's like the middle of her face. See, this is the focal point of the whole design. Is that giant gaping black hole in the middle of her, the split kind of mirrored effect face. It's just an extremely odd cover. I like it. It's Cabo. Did I pronounce that right? I have no idea. However, it's a soundtrack composed by Lorindo Almeida. All right, love his work. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to listen to it. Now here's a harp album I don't have by Mimi Allen. So this could be awesome. Mimi Allen, harp. Here's Mimi on the back. Mimi Allen. King size with a great, colorful, fun cover. Budget Cha-Cha-Cha Spartan King Size Stereophonic record, right there. It's a typeface that I can't quite figure out. Toragee, the romantic music of Aegon epic. Enchanting, warm, breathtaking, poetic, intriguing, irresistible. All of these things. It's all of those things right there. Oh, Ralph Martyr. I butchered that, I'm sure. Anyway, it's a very unusual look. They did something to her eyes. The whole photograph is, they burned it. Back when you had to print photographs, looks like it was printed black and white, hand colored, but then they dodged her eyes. It's called dodging, when you take your hand or something and you kind of, like some things would go darker than others, but her eyes are blue, but they're just like weird. It's like kind of like a zombie. Perfect, right? Headless Tim for Halloween, the perfect album for Halloween. Dance to the Hits. It's Heckscher style. The last album I found of whoever he is, Ernie Heckscher, was not that amazing. Although that's a great cover. Of course, I've got this one. Now I have another copy. This is actually a fun record, Russ David. And just happened to come with everything else. It's a Budweiser cover. She's waiting for him to pour her Budweiser. This is her on the cover, and that's her on the cover in the background. And it's a fun record, as I remember. All right. Richard Heyman album that I've got just happened to come with the stack. This one. I swear I've got this one with that exact same. It's a nude model. I guess they're really stuck on there, the pasties, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they used this photograph again on like a different Elko bar or something. I don't know. I'm having trouble remembering everything. But that's a fine cover. Here's a Prez Prado record I don't have, and that's a fine cover. Havana, 3 a.m. Right there, that'll be fun. Irving Field's Latin Dance Date. It's an Irving Field album I don't have. Ooh, there's a Prez Prado album on the back I don't have. Happy Mambo. There's another one. Jiving with the Fives. Lionel Hampton. I don't have that one. Can't believe I don't have all the records ever made. Speaking of, oh, here's the Elko bar. I thought I had another one. Yeah, this is what is Elko bar right there. I've got this one. Okay. Let me just read this to you. That carnival, passionate and proud, sacrificed, sacred and profane, most primitive act of man, which brings him closest to godlike feelings. Here recorded in all of its pulsing sound, shivering breaths of animal passions mixed with the rise and fall of man sound and drumming, gathering forces massing into crescendos of exotic and erotic sounds. That's right, man sounds. Sea of Dreams, Nelson Riddle, a fine, clean copy of that. I have that, but I don't think it's that clean. Perry Como, it was in the box of stuff that came, as well as there's a million of these out there. I still love the cover, and this is a clean copy. That's Kugat's wife, one of his wives, right there in the cover. Charlie Ventura. I've got 2-3 copies of this, and in clean covers, but it came with the stack. But the pressing seems to be really bad. I have yet to find a good one that I could listen to that didn't sound horrible. Jane Mansfield, I think I've got this one too. It's a great Jane Mansfield cover. Right there, Jane Mansfield. Turn On with the world's most sensuous music. Oh my God. touch, caress, turn on. That's right. Leroy Holmes and his orchestra. There's a nice cheesecake cover right there. Leroy Holmes. Another album that I've got. My favorite Three Sons cover. I've got this one, but I like it. I'm going to just hold it up again. It happens to be in the stack. And last but not least, because that stack of all the ones I already owned came with this. This is the reason I bought, not the entire lot, but one of the lots is this Drum Magic George Jenkins All Stars, kind of an obscure record. So if this is any good at all, I will play a track right after I get done yapping here. I gotta go. The damn phone's ringing again. What the hell? Now's a good time to play the sample.